Hi. I'm going to talk about something that I've never really opened up about before on social media. I'm going to do it without editing. I've pressed record right now, and I'm just going to talk. No editing. Feel free to stick around and listen if you want, and don't if you don't. You may know me as the T guy. You may know me from my social justice, civil rights work. You may know me from reality TV show. You may know me for the debate panels that I participate in. You may know me from my TED Talk. You may know me from anywhere. Hell, you may not even know me at all. But regardless of how you know me, there's a lot you don't know about me. I know that social media kind of creates this parasocial relationship where you feel like you really know somebody. There's a lot you don't know about me. And one thing that you don't know about me is something that I'm about to open up about. I've touched on it before, but I've never really opened up about it. I'm going to now, because I got a lot on my mind from the news I just got. I lost my dad to drug overdose. 1 month before I deployed to Iraq in 2007, I got the phone call from Red Cross that my dad wasn't expected to live through the night. And so I rushed home, literally just in time to see him hooked up to the machines that was keeping him alive, and to make the decision to pull him off of life support because the doctors said he had no chance of living without the machines. And I watched him take his last breath. And my dad dying of drug overdose was not the first person I'd ever watched die from a drug overdose. Growing up where I grew up, I knew a lot of people who died from drug overdose. Neighbors, friends, family, classmates. I know enough people personally by name who I had a relationship with some sort that died from drug overdose that I don't have enough fingers and toes. Where I'm from, it's so prominent that everybody knows somebody who died from a drug overdose. Everybody. And that's not unique to my hometown. This is an epidemic that plagues all of America. This weekend, I got a phone call that my sister, who was 27 years old, who had a daughter who was only 5 years old, died of a suspected drug overdose. I say suspected because we're waiting on the autopsy and the toxicology reports, because that's the right thing to do. But my other sister, who has information about the events of that evening and what happened, has told me that based on what she knows of that night, it's probably a drug overdose. So I'm going to say my piece on this subject. You may not like what I have to say, but I'm not saying it to seek your approval. I've lost my dad, now my sister, a number of friends and family and classmates and those I have a relationship. I'm saying my fucking piece on this subject for all to hear. Number one, drug addiction is a health care crisis in this country. Health care, not criminal. Substance use disorder is what you call drug addiction. When you use drugs, it changes the physical, chemical makeup of your brain. Makes your body and your brain reliant and dependent on these chemicals. My dad, through all of our trials and turmoils, was a very strong-minded individual, very successful, very intelligent person who I watched crumble under the drugs, under substance use disorder. I tried really hard to do what I could, best I could as a 23, 24-year-old adult to help him off the drugs, and ultimately that's not what happened. His life was taken by them. Drug addiction, substance use disorder has so many factors environmental factors, mental factors, genetic predisposition. This is a healthcare crisis, but in this country, we demonize it. We make it a taboo subject. We criminalize it. In this country, you're more likely to go to jail using drugs than you are to get treatment. In countries all across the globe that's not America, they have implemented programs that work. Fuck. Said I wouldn't cry, and I was doing good. They've implemented programs that work. Sites where you can go and use drugs safely. Sites where you can go and get clean needles. Sites where you can go and get clean drugs. This has been implemented all across the world. And when you go to these places where you can use safely, there's counselors there to talk to you and try to help you to get medical help. You can't force people into sobriety. You can't force people into treatment. It will never work. The science is there. It doesn't work. You can't criminalize drugs. It doesn't work. You can't criminalize the actions of those people that do things to support their habit. In this country, we do nothing healthcare-wise to help people get off this addiction, but we criminalize the symptoms of their addiction. What a fucking joke. We have systems that other countries have put in place that have demonstrable evidence that they work, but yet we don't do them. The fentanyl epidemic in this country is out of control. The drug my sister, who died this weekend, is suspected to have died from is fentanyl. No, this is not a border crisis. No, this is not an immigration crisis. Fuck your xenophobia and fuck your rhetoric and fuck your hate. 94% of those people who traffic fentanyl into this country are American citizens. Stop your rhetoric and let's have a real conversation about addressing a real problem in this fucking country. End the war on drugs that is not accomplishing anything. When we continue to criminalize drugs, we continue to criminalize drug users, we continue this theory of deterrence that's been proven not to work, we continue to deny Americans universal health care, and we continue to deny the ongoing health care crisis in this country, which is substance use disorder. We kill people every fucking day, and I'm quite frankly tired. I'm just tired of people I know dying. Me and my dad had our differences, man. We did. I would have liked an opportunity at some point for us to make our amends. But we will never make our amends because drugs killed him. A disease killed him. And this country, of which I am a veteran, I put on the uniform. I did what my country asked me to do. But my country doesn't give a fuck about my family and friends because my country continues to let them die because we refuse to treat this healthcare crisis. Stop criminalizing this shit, man. Universal healthcare. Safe injection sites, safe use sites, counselors. This is a medical crisis. That's all the fuck I got to say.